In the beginning of 2023, Samsung had announced S23 Ultra. I traded in my 13 Pro Max and I have been using S23 Ultra for about 11 months now. Very recently, during December to January, I was in Switzerland. It was snowing. I couldn't take out my DJI Pocket 3 to film myself for vlogging. These kind of products are very niche. Obviously, you can use a action camera if you don't have Pocket 3, but this Pocket 3 is manufactured for people like me who vlog every single travel. So it made more sense for me to use a phone, especially S23 Ultra. There are a few things that I love. A 3x zoom of S23 Ultra is just amazing. Let's suppose I'm in the car and I want to film outside. I'm in the passenger side seat. Boom! All the fences in the edge of the road, they all disappear if you were to use the 3x zoom, and the stabilization is amazing. If you're in the rear seat, you can use the same 3x zoom to film what's outside, but also you can just put your camera in front and film through the front seat, and it is still okay. Not bad at all. The stabilization is just amazing. I have filmed so many clips this way. The 3x zoom, the quality of the video, and the stabilization are just really good. I find myself using Galaxy S23 Ultra more often than my main full-frame APS-C mirrorless cameras. Even Micro Four Thirds or DJI Pocket 3, I'm not using that often. The video quality from DJI Pocket 3 is objectively much better than S23 Ultra. But which product did I use to actually film my contents when I was in a pinch? That is my phone. That is my phone. That had been my phone since 2023 beginning, since I got this camera. There's a video called Koiburi that I uploaded earlier. I was using a Nikon Z6 II. I was in a safari, but it started raining, and I was horrified that my camera will get affected with all those rain dews, because it has happened twice for me using Nikon D500. The lenses were not that weather sealed. Luckily, I had this garbage bag. I made a couple of holes and just a makeshift rain cover for my Z6 II. This had been a lifesaver for that particular case, and the image quality that came out of this camera was exceptional. Good, really good. The portrait is good as well. The portrait mode for video and photos, both are good. They are not bad at all. So the era has come where for videos and vlogging, I don't need to have a dedicated camera unless I'm shooting anything that makes money for me. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra has a smaller sensor compared to my Pocket 3, and given the small sensor, you cannot get the way the full frame cameras render the images. Samsung announces big that they are doing something big in AI, and in a couple of days they're going to announce what they're doing with the AI. And if they're going to announce a new product, for example Samsung S24 Ultra, this is the list of things that I would want in Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. So first thing, HDR processing. When it comes to HDR processing, I will show you one particular pic here, and this pic had made my face so bluish. It has brought out all the details in the shadows, but then it didn't know how to process the color, and it has like completely made me blue like a smurf. And the rest of the people in the picture, they are normally colored because they are much fairer compared to me. My complexion is very dark compared to my wife and her dad, and so the complexion is literally off to core. So these kind of HDR processing need to be corrected, need to be trained. If the AI need to be trained, yeah, we'll have to train the AI to do much better job for photos or videos. HDR processing should have better color accuracy, better white balance, and better sharpening. So when I say better, I mean more accurate. Number 2, color accuracy in photos and videos. This is what I wish it could do. It could have a metering mode where it can assist the contrast levels. So why I say this as an important point is because every single time I choose to use the actual footage from S23 Ultra, I feel like it could be a little bit more contrasty. It could be a little bit more saturated. See, here's the thing. these phone cameras are not producing log footages, which means the images are already baked in. So the values, if you try to correct them even a bit, it could get messed up heavily. So I just want to use the footage from the phone directly into my timeline. I just want to make minor corrections, as little as possible. Then I should be ready to export. It's not like I'm recording the log footage in the phone and I'm editing them. I want a video that is already baked in all the information except for minor tweaking, but I wish it's a bit more contrasty and a bit more saturated. When I was using my 13 Pro Max, that phone had a feature where you can set the contrast levels, where you can set the white balance levels to a particular point. Every time you turn on the camera, it is going to use that settings to film. So it's like the user will be allowed to make some changes even before starting to film. So that's good. Number 3 is better portrait edge detection for both photos and videos. I wouldn't say Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is bad in edge detection, but I could say that it could be totally better, especially when I'm filming people. This is an example that I can show that it's good. Alright, in this example it's good, but in this example though, it's pretty bad. As you can see, it has somehow made the background to be the foreground, and it is trying to focus both of us, making remaining stuff blurry, which means like even the floor is the subject. I mean, AI could do this. AI could actually work on proper edge detection happening, and it could be amazing. Number 4 is sharpness processing in photo modes. I do feel like it's extremely digitally processed images, especially when it comes to photos. So it could be addressed. Point number 5 is consistent photo and video quality across all zoom ranges. I know it's with the limitation of the sensor and blah blah blah, but right now Vivo X100 Pro has implemented at least same resolution sensor, but maybe the size changes. So if at all it is software wise capable to implement such a thing where we get consistent video quality output across all zoom ranges, it would be great. Point number 6, better 10x and 100x zoom photo processing. Right here there's an example of 100x zoom photo, and you can see that it's horrible. When it comes to 10x zoom video, the video looks mushy if the subject is too far away, and I do believe that this is like a 20x zoom footage, and so yeah, it's all mushy. This is another video where the subject is closer compared to the previous example, and you can see the quality is really good. But here's the catch, which brings me to the 7th point, the autofocus. When the subject is closer, if the autofocus misses and it goes haywire, so it does not look good at all. The autofocus need to be maintained and improved in 10x zoom video. That's something I think AI could help. Next are a set of user features that I wish the next phone could have. Number 1 is the customizable color profile and white balance settings in the camera mode, where we can just tweak it so that we can get the desired level of saturation and contrast. The next point is the better camera interface to change to multiple modes. I know everybody have their own set of ideas to navigate in the camera app, but I feel like it's not there quite yet, because the thing is, I'm really frustrated when I switch between photo and portrait and video modes. It's all very confusing for the camera, because I will shoot something in a particular zoom, and then when I switch to the other mode, it will start from different zoom. When I switch to 200 megapixel, it will start from 1x zoom. It's like every single time I change a mode, I need to change back every single settings, and it's so annoying. I really wish there's a better way of implementing this camera software. It's not the worst, but it could be better. The next user feature I actually want is 10-bit log recording in this next camera. I know it's a big stretch, but Apple has already brought up their version of 10-bit log recording, and so yes, I really want it. Even this one has 10-bit log recording, and so I really want it. That's all the list that I want from S24 Ultra. Regarding everything else, S23 Ultra is giving me whatever I need for the day to complete the day without charging my phone if I'm not using it heavily. Even when I'm using this phone to take photos and videos throughout the day, I have consumed very less battery compared to my old Note 9 and Note 5. Those are like legends back then. But yeah, that's it for the rant, guys. Thank you for listening to my rant until the end, and if you like this content, please subscribe and like the video. If you don't, maybe you have something that you may like in the list of videos that we have in the channel, so please look into the set of videos we have. We travel a lot and we make a lot of travel vlog contents, as well as the cameras that help us make such travel vlogs possible. Cameras, lenses, microphones, whatever it is. Sometimes I even make cleaning videos or editing videos, so please look out for such videos. A lot of things coming up in 2024. Stay tuned.